Hey everyone, welcome back to another 31-minute podcast. We have Jackson here today.
Good morning.
Jack,
Hello.
how's your new house?
Excellent.
That's good?
Really like it. It's,
It's just far enough away from me.
Yeah, I know. You can still
Not too
see.
far.
I was joking with Liv's brother who came over last night. We had like a little fire and stuff, and he's like, "Is that your dad's house?" I'm like, "Yeah, I see him with binoculars sometimes, like looking through his window."
You know, sometimes you and I talk about topics and sometimes people write things in but it's just usually what feels right and is what we do most of the time. And I'm writing a book at the moment. When I say it's my third book, it is. Like I wrote 31 minutes and I wrote Frequency, and they're only small. They're easy reads. I don't know how many pages, maybe 250 or something like that. And they're easy reads, bit conversational type of books. But this one's going to be a bit bigger, and it's about designing the life that you really want. And you know, I've been through a lot of things in life, Jack, ups, downs, rounds, everywhere. And as I stand today, I think there's one thing that I think overrides. It's not everything, but it sort of is a bit you had a topic before we come on about direction.
Yeah, it's not about the speed you're heading. I can't remember what the quote exactly, but it's not about the speed you're heading somewhere. It's the direction.
Yeah, and funny enough, the thing I was writing, the part I'm up to in the book at the moment is a bit about your purpose. It's not just about purpose, but your actions will always match your purpose. And if you think about this, right, go back to your video gaming. How many arguments did we have about video gaming? Hundreds. And I just saw it as an absolute waste of time. But if I look at it through your eyes, you're socializing, it's a release, you lock yourself down, put your headphones on, and you're in that space. To you, it's purpose. To me, it's a waste of time. And I reckon how many messages would we get from people a day, a week, about all different questions?
Multiple every day.
Lots and lots and lots. And I reckon there's one thing. It's having a purpose long enough that saying that you said before, when you really want something, that becomes your purpose. And people go, they talk about purpose like it's some magical thing. It's not at all. Like, let's say you wanted to be fitter, that becomes your purpose. And at first, you don't exactly know what that looks like. It's a bit like I'm not happy with where I'm at. I'm inspired because I've seen someone, or I feel like there's more. I can do more. There's more available. And at the beginning, it might feel a bit like I don't exactly know what to do. But it's the step that matters. Like that step that you take from that point and go, okay, I want to get fitter, or I want to get more muscly, or I want to get healthier in my gut area, or I want my results at work. Whatever that thing is, that becomes your purpose. And you just have one that you can have a few, but it's hard to focus on a few things. But when you've got something that's driving you hard, like you, Jackson, with a media company, if you want a media company, that becomes like your big purpose, because your income flows from that, your brand flows from that. Things like fitness and that, you just fit it in. So when you have this one purpose that's driving you real hard, like it starts off not big, starts off like, yeah, I think I can do better. Like, I think I'd like to achieve that. And then you say, what do I need to do to actually start walking in that direction? Just walking in that direction. Like, Summer can't walk yet, but she's getting there. She can stand now for a few seconds. She's taken a couple of steps, but I think by accident. But she can stand. So think how long that's been. She's a year and a bit now. And she's only up to the point where she can crawl like a machine, but she can stand unassisted for 10 seconds, maybe. Am I trying to rush Summer walking?
No.
Not at all. It's actually really enjoyable to watch, because it's just the next little thing. She's on a little walking machine, and Stormy comes up and licks her hands and she pats Stormy and she's more confident and she runs around. That's exactly like us. The time part of it doesn't matter. The step does. So if Summer did nothing but sit in the chair and watch Wiggles all day and never actually tried to walk, what would happen?
She wouldn't walk. She'd just crawl.
Yeah, she'd just be a great sitter.
Yeah.
She would. And that's a bit like us. So whatever that thing is, and you could be like your sister, Paris. She's a great singer, fantastic singer.
Excellent.
And I was talking to her the other day and she's pregnant again. And she's like, I really want to do a bit more with my life, Dad. I want to do more things. And I said, well, you're an amazing singer. Like, just do a song a day. You know, she's got a piano there, I think, has she? Or she had one. Can't remember if she has one or not.
I think she's got one.
Yeah, and she can play the piano all by ear. For the girls on your mum's side are all musically talented. Like no, that's not right. Your pop is, your mum is, Tim is, Paris is, Rachel is, and they all got this thing. Even with your mum, she could get on the piano and play a song just by hearing it. Like Paris can do the same thing. And I said to Paris, why don't you go on The Voice auditions or America's Got Talent? Oh, no way, I couldn't do that. No way. No way in the world. Nah. And she does run on fairly high anxiety sometimes, Paris. Depends what day you find her. But but it's too big.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing. It'd be nice as a purpose. Like I'd like to do that one day. But what's the step?
Singing lessons?
Well, I don't know that she really needs it. I mean, everyone needs coaching.
I just
one song a day.
Yeah, like the
one song.
Yeah.
One song a day. Film yourself. Put it on TikTok. One song a day. Like she sang at our wedding. Everyone was like, "Man, she's amazing." She said it sang at your brother's funeral. Amazing. I think everyone was like more interested in Paris than any of the talks.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, Paris is phenomenal. But the step a day is the most important part. The purpose is there as like, it's a bit like a northern star. It's over there. You know what a northern star is?
It's that big bright one in the sky?
That's it. And that's the direction to go. And that's fine to do. And that will change. The things that it means will change. It might be fitness for a while, then you might get to a point where you're like, yep, I'm running now and I don't really need much else there. And then it might go to wealth and then it might go to work or business or anything. It can change over time. But with the step, that's the part that most people find the hardest because you have to make time for it. And you have to have a commitment to yourself that you're not going to let the consistency side of yourself not do it. So the book for me, the book I'm writing, it's going to be thicker. It's going to take longer. It'll take me more than a year and I'm up to chapter 3. It'll take another year to finish. But every day, and you know what I heard? I heard an author say, you're better off writing 2 or 3 crappy pages than nothing at all. That's his goal. That's an author's goal. Doesn't mean you can't write more, and it's true. So every day I wake up, it's the first thing I do now. I don't do the breathing. I do it, but after I've done the thing. So I get up, let Stormy out of a cage. We go to the garage and we sit there and we write 2 or 3 crappy pages. I started the book about 6 months ago, maybe more, and I wrote the introduction and left it. I just didn't do any more. And in my brain, it would pop up again sometimes. I wasn't really super connected to it. I was like, I sort of want to do it, but it didn't have that deep, I'm doing this thing. I wanted to, but I was like, sort of easy to let myself off. But now, after I reckon a month, maybe not quite, of every day writing 2 or 3 crappy pages, I've got momentum now. And before I would write some and then leave it for weeks at a time, start again, I'd almost forgot the energy of what I had written before because you've got to write as much as you can until you don't want to write anymore and then you stop for the day. So if you leave it for 3 weeks, you don't have the same flow going on. And that's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for the momentum of the habit. The purpose is one thing, but the momentum of the habit is actually the thing that will take you there. So what is that for each person today? And it goes the other way too. So if you're 30 kilos overweight, that's consistency. You got there because of consistency. Just the other side. If your gut health isn't great, and a mate of mine contacted me the other day and said, "Can I consult with Tommy? My bloods are like terrible, like really bad." But consistency took you there. So every day you have a choice of this side of consistency or that side of consistency, because funny enough, your habits are going to rule you anyway. So your habits they're either going to take you to your purpose or take you way off where you don't want to be. And one day you're going to go, how did I get here? Well, my dad didn't become an alcoholic just by having a couple of drinks. My whole life, all I remember is him drinking from 5 o'clock. My whole life. And on Sundays, when we were kids, he used to sit us in the car at the back, go to the beer garden at the thing on Sundays, and we used to sit in the car pretty much all day while they drunk. And they used to sit in the front of the car with their friends around. And the old-fashioned cars Jack used to have, the Monaros, they used to have a glove box that you fold down and 2 cup holders on the glove box thing. And that's where their drinks sat. And we just sat there all day while they were drinking. But think of the outcome of that. The outcome was he achieved his purpose because he ended up an alcoholic. Whether that was his intentional purpose or not, but those little steps took him to an outcome. So what is your purpose? What do you want it to be? And the great thing about it is you can design it from now. So if you're a bit unhappy with your relationship, you're unhappy with your fitness level, you're unhappy with your diet, you're unhappy with anything, you can say today, I want this outcome. And then the outcome is going to be, what's the first step? What would that look like? For Paris, it's 1 song per day. And let's be real, you're not always going to feel like it. I did 40 minutes on the Stairmaster yesterday, and I wasn't cheering before I got on there. But my purpose is I do want to look fit. So it's not going to come by eating Doritos on the lounge. The other thing was I want my gut health to be amazing. Like I want to be healthy, fit, the best version of myself. That's really what I'm chasing, the best version. Tommy said every day after dinner, do 20 minutes of cardio every day. I found that really difficult because I do cardio in the morning and I train in the Arvo and I've got all these other things going on. And, you know, you got your breathing, your ice bath, your books, your work, blah, blah. I still have to work and perform every day. 20 minutes after dinner. I stop eating around 6 o'clock. Sometimes it's 6:30, depends when I get home. Last night it was 7 because I got home a bit later, and which is a bit too late to eat. And last night I was like, I've got to do my 20 minutes because he says it's like unblocking the sink. When you do 20 minutes of cardio after dinner, it flushes everything out. So you go to bed on a much more clearer digestive system. Do you do cardio after dinner?
No,
No.
I do it after work.
It's amazing when you do because Tommy's a freaking legend. He really knows what he's talking about with nutrition.
He's the best.
He's the best. And he's so right. So when you do it, it flushes you out, right? You got to go to the toilet later. But you go to bed feeling 10 times better. And I used to think, I think to myself, wow, I used to go to bed on a full stomach every night. Every night. No wonder you can't sleep properly because your body's trying to process it. So it's like a machine is working in your stomach and you're saying, hey, I want to have a really good night's sleep. Sort of doesn't. It's like your V8 engine running, going, yeah, I just want to like sleep in the car with the engine running and it's not very quiet and all that sort of stuff. But attach it to great sleep. So if I want the best version of myself, it's sleep, it's diet, it's hydration, it's everything all put together. There's all these moving parts for that purpose. But if I don't do it, I think to myself now, how serious am I about achieving that one thing?
It's funny you say that with the eating and stuff, because last night Liv and I, we got a pizza and sat around. I got a fire pit and we just ate a pizza, then went straight to bed after. I got up at 3:30 yesterday. I was so tired. I woke up at midnight. We went to bed at like 9. I woke up at midnight and then woke up at 3:30, sorry, and then 5, and then couldn't get. I had a terrible sleep.
Yeah.
Is that because of the food?
Yeah. So it's food. It's a whole lot of things, but it's predominantly food. So if you've got, especially carbs, I eat no carbs at night now, but I used to eat rice and sweet potato and chips and like think about what I used to eat before. Even cereal, Jack. I look at cereal in a box that can sit on a shelf for months. That is so bad for you. Like it's like a whole box of rubbish. I can't believe people eat it. You know, I was looking at my skin in a video ages ago, and I was getting like all these brown spots and on my face and all sorts of stuff. Like but I thought I was eating okay. It's amazing when you get, guidance. And that's the thing. If you've got a purpose and you go, you don't really know what to do in the beginning, you don't need all the answers. You just go, all right, well, what's one thing I could do? There's thousands of videos out there on any topic. I rang Tommy yesterday on the way home from the factory, and I said to him, I just want to understand testosterone, food. Can I just run through this with you again? Because I'm getting a lot leaner, but I don't like being too lean. So I'm on this real balancing act at the moment. But I don't like being a big puffy bodybuilder type of guy either. Like I'm trying to find this middle space, and I really want to dial it in. And that's the good thing about going on this journey, step by step by step, staying with it. You start to get really sensitive to around what you need to do. Too much cardio, not enough cardio. Eat after this time, and like you said, is that with food? So you'll think about that now. If you eat by 6 o'clock, no later than 6, and you eat no carbs, you're hydrated. You do 20 minutes of cardio after dinner, just 20 minutes or 30 minutes after dinner.
Like walk around the block or something?
Go around the block. Tommy says it's better walking around the block than a treadmill. Go walk around the block. And then if you have just a little nighttime routine, you will get a good sleep.
It's funny with your routines and stuff, and like even like how something can throw you so out of whack. Like this move, like I trained once yesterday, and then like yesterday, the day before yesterday, sorry, I didn't train 3 days before that. I've like haven't done the red light bed. I haven't done this. I'm just like getting sorted in. And now it's like you feel like you go back so far, and getting back into your routine is in your mind seems like such an effort. Like
it is.
It's like
because your momentum stops, Jack.
Yeah, it's like fully stopped.
That's what I was saying. Momentum is so powerful. We don't see it. But let's say you get really unhealthy, like you're like a blob. Not you, but someone.
Yeah.
You're like a blob. Momentum took you there. The momentum of eating the cheesecake after dinner, the momentum of having the 2 wines, the momentum of not exercising, you actually get in momentum that way. It's a funny thing. You spend as much time becoming successful as you do unsuccessful. It's exactly the same time. But the choices are different. So the choice of, and that's why your purpose is so important. This is what the whole thing, this topic is about. What's your northern star? What is that? What is that star that's pulling you in a direction? And what are the steps? And you don't have to work it all out. What's the first step you could do? You've just heard this podcast. If everyone listening to this doesn't do 20 minutes of cardio after dinner, I can tell you your life will improve from it. Your sleep will. And if your sleep's good, what happens to the rest?
The rest goes good.
The rest goes good. If you don't eat anything at night, I used to get up in the middle of the night and eat just like a ravenous animal.
Me too.
Yeah. It's terrible for you. It literally kickstarts your body again. Your body's got to process it. Your liver kicks in at 2 a.m, Tommy was saying, and you can't sleep because your body's trying to work through all this stuff. I do a 14-hour fast every day. So from 6 o'clock to 8:30 the next morning. And I don't eat during that whole time. Life-changing. Life-changing. Half the day I spend eating a couple of meals and shakes. The other half I don't eat. So your body starts working in this real good balance. But if people aren't interested in that, that's fine. But what I am saying is, if you don't know the steps, that's one step. Tommy's given me one idea, but then it's up to me to execute it. What's the execution of the next bit? Yeah,
I'm good.
What's the execution of the next bit? You got to become the king or the queen of execution in your own life if you want something. If you don't know what you want, well, that's a whole nother topic in itself. It could be anything. It could even just be, you know what, Jackson? I got annoyed with you the other day because you went and got a hot chocolate from the cafe.
Which cafe?
I don't know. You said, I'm just getting a hot chocolate.
Oh, yeah, for Liv. I got Liv a hot chocolate in the morning.
But you guys have just moved into a house and you had to buy furniture and all these sorts of stuff. I wouldn't be spending that because you say to me, you said to me, you want to get ahead financially. That $8, however much it is, $8 needs to stay with you at the moment.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And this is how, remember you said about you sleeping on, should I do cardio after? It's so little thing, such a little thing. But it adds up to lots of big things. Because if you get really good at doing the cardio, if you get really good at not buying the coffee, you'll start to make these little different decisions that are like, I'll do this at this time, that at that time, that at that time, that at that time. And then you almost get into this trot in life where even if you're in a slump, you'll get yourself out of it because you start feeling better and you start, the self-esteem that comes from the execution side is immeasurable. I feel amazing every time I get out of the ice bath, out of the off the Stairmaster. I had a red light bed this morning. I feel fantastic. Or I could do nothing and then go straight to work in a rush. What's better?
The first one.
The first one, with a piece of toast in my mouth, running out the door, spilling Vegemite on my shirt, with a coffee in my hand, trying to get some fake energy in a whole rushing episode, tripping over on the way to the car, get in the car, taking phone calls. I won't do that because you have a choice on how you want to spend your time. Your time is your time. Your choices are your choices. The freedom to choose is amazing, but you got to know what you're shooting for. And I don't care about your hot chocolate, Jackson, that much. But when you said it, I'm like, why is he buying one? Because to you, it's a little thing.
That's what I was going to say. It's such in your head, it's a small amount. It's $8, and you're $8,
$8, 5 days a week, $40.
Yeah,
$40 in your bank account kept there will make you feel a little more abundant than having none in there.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
What can you do with $40? You can buy
groceries.
Pardon?
Groceries.
You could buy petrol. You could buy a lot of things. But that's what I was saying, little things. Like my body will not be no different if I don't do the Stairmaster today or not. Zero. Won't look. But I'll know if I did it. It's the inner self achievement that's the most important thing to me. It's the thank you card at work. I'll show you this. This is a thing I sent the team last night. I know people can't see this on the thing, but so from here, no, here, no, Okay, this is the thing. From here, these are my messages, all the green. That?
You're taking a photo.
Oh. Anyway, you get the point.
Yeah.
There you go. This is our 8:30 last night, or 8 o'clock last night. You know what's over? Making enough calls. That's what it's over. Making enough calls. Smallest thing in our business. Getting on and making your 10 calls a day. But I know that is the actual secret to success in real estate. I know it. I don't give a crap about the Audi. I don't give a crap about the brand of suit people are wearing. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care about the hours people work. I don't mind anything like that. I really, really care about the small step we've taken today. Do you know what it says to me? We're locked in and we're serious about our goal. That's what it says to me. Not just me, everyone. And it's if the requirement is 20 connections a day between 6 people, that's not a lot. And if we don't do that, it's nowhere near good enough Because you know what that's going to do? That's a gap in our steps towards our purpose. What's our purpose, Jack? You know it.
Prospecting?
No, what's our purpose? What's our Northern Star at the moment?
You and me or your work?
No, our work.
Oh, your work is calls.
No.
Sales.
No. What are we shooting for?
Number one. Sorry.
Number one, yeah. Back to number one. Yeah. I'm dead serious about this goal. I'm so serious. I've done it before in 2 different companies. Rain and Horn took me 3 years to do it, 3,000 salespeople. McGrath took me 12 years to do it, out of the best salespeople in the country at the time. Absolutely the best. It was not easy, but I did it. And then we held it for a number of years. And then now we're not there. So now I'm like, let's go better. But every single time I built it on the basics. And the basics are the things that are most powerful. What are the basics in your life, Jackson? You want more money? Don't buy the coffee. You want more money? Don't gamble. You want more money? Don't friggin' waste anything. Be patient, delayed gratification. Put $10 in the bank today. You'll feel better because of it. Might be $10. Everyone laughs at $10. I don't. I go $10. You're $10 ahead instead of being $10 behind. Little thing. When you look at someone and they're 30 kilos overweight, that's a whole lot of choice in that direction. That's not knowing what to eat. It's not giving a crap about where they're headed. It's just go. No one sets a goal, I want to be 30 kilos overweight. They end up there. Same as with me. You know, I'm 52 years old. I'm like, I can end up at a really aged 58-year-old, or I can end up at a really fit 58-year-old. That's a choice. Micah Hearn, these people like that. I look at these people, I'm like, how do they do that? And then I find the people that know it and I just start going, my job is to put it into place. Tommy's not going to make me healthy. Tommy's a wealth of knowledge. Mick is a wealth of knowledge. I go, what does Tommy say? Tommy says, go for a walk after dinner. Do I want to? Absolutely not. At all. And I was talking to him yesterday. He says, we were talking about the thing. He says, yeah, you're on the treadmill because he wants you to walk outside. I said, Tommy, I just don't have time to walk outside. Well, I have time, but I just don't. It's easier on, I said, it's easier on the treadmill. He said, open the garage door. It's the fresh air that he's wanting. So can I do that? Absolutely I can. Am I serious about that goal? Yes, I am. So that part is in my control fully. If you're not having a good time in life, step back. Do you drink? Do you? Do you drink? If you do, I'll guarantee you it's challenging your body and you'll be better off without it. You have to recover from it, you have to process it, and it changes your frequency. It just does. If you're doing that and you're in a slump, I would start there. If you're not feeling energized, it's a microbiome and mitochondria issue probably. That's a diet issue. Learn what a great gut health diet looks like and then start executing. Have a juice in the morning, do this, do that, work out what that looks like. Follow my post, just eat those foods for now. Then get your bloods done. See someone like Tommy, go deeper. But you've got to if you don't start at the beginning and just start on and keep going those steps, you won't get deep enough to make major change. You just won't do it. And everyone can do it for 2 weeks. Everyone can. You know, most gym memberships aren't even used. There's something like horrifying about the number, like 60% or something. I don't know the number. I heard it the other day or a few weeks ago. It's like 60% of gym memberships aren't even used. I don't know the number, but it's around that. That's a lot, Jackson. Why? Why is that?
The excitement goes away.
Excitement goes away. And remember, the definition of character is doing something long after the feeling of excitement has gone. If you've got a goal, I can tell you, Jack, you're not going to be excited 95% of the way there. I'll guarantee that. But when you achieve it, you're going to feel amazing. And then you're going to say, what's next? You've created a new version of you because you've never been there before. Now you are. Then it's like, wow, look what I've done. Okay, who else can I become? But if you don't do that, you get stuck on this platform. You know, like Paris is a phenomenal singer, so talented. I'd say it to her all the time, maybe because I say it because I'm a dad. She doesn't listen. One song a day, Paris. Just film yourself. One song a day. Put it on TikTok. Imagine where she'd be in 2 years' time.
Have a bit of a following.
Have a bit of a following, enjoying it, part of a day, doing the song. She'd love it. It's her passion. She loves music, loves it. She's born with a gift. You know, I haven't been born with any gifts. I just work, I just work in that direction.
The gift of consistency.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. That's all. What about you, Jackson? What's your purpose?
I know what it is, but like the steps bit, I think it's the you've definitely opened my eyes with it, because I feel like without having you around, I probably would have just gone back to doing a 9-to-5 office job or something like that. But right now, I think it's getting extra jobs and making them really good, like with McGrath and estate agents, and making these really good, and just being consistent with this and then seeing what comes, because so many doors have even opened up now. Then plus Ultimate Agent, I think doing stuff with that. It's right now, I think it's just about working, like just making content, doing videos like every single day, and then just seeing what comes with it. Because I'm kind of going in blinded. I should be doing research on how to do stuff like that, but I don't know. I just think right now it's working, doing jobs, filming, getting better.
But I do think that your work ethic now, because you're a creative type, you weren't born with the most amazing work ethic.
I used to do no work at all.
Yeah, but you're very creative. You've got an amazing eye for things. So, but you've really built the muscle in the work ethic side. Really have. And that's become step by step. But see what happens? Like if I just said to you, Jack, be the most amazing worker in Australia right now, and that's what you got to do. I said that 3 years ago. You just would have said, "Oh, this guy's an idiot. Like, what's he talking about?"
Yeah.
But now you can see it's linked to the more you do in this area, the more your brand gets built, the more people recognize you, the more things happen, the more things come. But it all starts with the video that you don't want to do on a Sunday afternoon because we've got to post on a Monday. And to your credit, you've just gone step by step by step by step. And look what we're building. We didn't rush into all of this. It just, you started with one camera, done this thing, blah, blah, started filming Logan, blah, 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 away we go. And I used to say to you, just keep the camera in your hand, Jack, 1 hour a day. Just keep the camera in your hand, see where it goes. And that was when you were like 8 years old, maybe 9 years old. You remember?
I do.
Yeah. And look where it's headed now. And to your credit, you've just stayed in that path. So let's wrap this up. Your purpose is really important. Pick your Northern Star. Once you do that, then, and I think the guy wrote about the Northern Star. I heard it somewhere, but I think, I don't know his name. He wrote the 48 Laws of Success, I think it was. But he mentioned the Northern Star, so I took it from him. But pick your Northern Star, and then your job is to say, well, what step can I do today towards that goal? That's the most important bit. What can I do today? And then design it as you go. You're gonna see next piece of the puzzle, next piece of the puzzle, next piece of the puzzle. If you do that, you can control that. Consistency is your responsibility. And I think any goal or any purpose is only achieved when you master the law of consistency.